Okay, we are starting a 5-day vacation in Mobile, Alabama. Stopped at Buc-ee's here in St. Augustine to fill up, get a couple of snacks for the road. It's about six and a half hour trip from here, but we'll have to stop a couple of times, rest stops, because we've got the hounds with us. Ruby and Rosie, they're going on a vacation with us. Hey girls. Hi Rosie. Usually you put them in pet paradise when we're gone, but this house allows pets, so I don't think they've ever been on a road trip this long, but we'll see how they do. We'll stop a few times so they can stretch their legs. All right. Apalachicola River, and we just crossed the time zone. See, it dropped to 104. Just gained an hour, and we are 3 hours away from Mobile. We are now leaving the free state of Florida, and halfway across this creek is Alabama state line. Finally, we've made it to Alabama, and we've got 58 miles to our destination. That's why they were saying they couldn't get boats in here back then, because it was so shallow. Look at the marsh here. It's only a foot deep at the most.
Coming into Mobile. This is Mobile Bay.
And then the other side of this marsh will be a big opening, bigger opening.
I don't know if you can see it, but there's the battleship, USS Alabama.
B-52 over there, a big plane. In Mobile, coming into this tunnel, which I've gone through 1,000 times, but I still hate it. It goes underwater, where the ships cross over to the docks over there to get unloaded. So partially it goes underwater. It's about a half mile. People start honking their horns and stuff. Always backed up in here, but yeah. Right here at the bottom part is where you're actually underwater. Yeah, because at the end of it's a sharp turn, so you do got to go slow, but oh well. We are alright, enough of this. Now we're about to go up.
We brought the hounds with us on this trip.
Well, this is the little cabin we wrote. Hang on. It's got a porch here. It's an elevated place. Some kayaks and stuff underneath. It's got a fenced-in yard, so the dogs can run out here and do their business and exercise. Parked right here on the side, and living room, little kids room, 2 there, and a bunk bed, kitchen, fridge. This is the master bedroom here. No TV in here, that's all right. Bathroom's good size. The toiletry. So we're pretty set. We're going to be here for 5 days. It's a place to relax. We're near the Gulf of Mexico here in Mobile. We're going to go to Battleship Park tomorrow, and then maybe Saturday morning go to Dolphin Island. It's about a 40-minute ride across the water to the island, and a bunch of things on there. Fort Gaines, an old Spanish fort, and then you have Indian mounds everywhere out there with the park. So, all right, let us unpack and get situated. Then we got to go to the store and get some groceries. Hopefully these hounds will be zonked out by then. We are pulling
3 miles, make a U-turn if
into
possible.
Battleship, USS Alabama Battleship Memorial Park. They've got a submarine over there, all these planes, and a complete tour from the top to the bottom, front to back on the ship we're going to go on. All right, we have to go ahead and pay now. Okay, parking at the gate is $5, but it's $15 a person if you're over 55, $18 if you're under 55. Look at the size of this ship, and that's a battleship. That's huge. I can only imagine the size of an aircraft carrier, how big that thing is. But we got to go over here and pay, and going in, we're going to go look at this big old prop right here. It's massive. We're inside the hangar now. All the planes, cars. Fascinating. This is what a foxhole or the trench system would look like. The wood, concertina, the sandbags, rats, of course. But a lot of that time it'd be full of water. Look at that. Fascinating. Statue here of the oath. I've done the oath, so I remember it. Since 1775, that's the words they've been using. Coast Guard, Air Force, Department of the Navy, Department of the Navy, and the United States Army. There's the ship. We're about to get on her. Massive. I cannot wait to get in there. I've never been on a naval ship, being Army, so it's going to be exciting. That's the history of it. So if you want to pause, read it. It's very interesting. Those things are what, big. Fascinating. That was the original bottle that christened it in 1942. Admiral Yamamoto. Apparently he had the biggest battleship in Japan's Navy, and America destroyed it, sank it. Pearl Harbor. A captured Japanese flag. This thing served in the Atlantic and the Pacific.
Is this all the places that the ship has been?
Yeah. Look at the rounds. That is kamikaze fragments. Japanese aircraft which struck the USS Mississippi, killing 26 sailors and wounding 63. That was a shrapnel. Got a lot of Japanese memorabilia in here. Atlantic. This is during the Atlantic. They served the Atlantic and the Atlantic. I don't know if this was the mess hall or just a banquet center or rec center, but a lot of pictures of things that happen in this room. Christmas celebrations, banquets. I don't know. It doesn't tell you if this was the mess hall or what, but I'm sure we'll come across it. This was like an officer quarters. Typewriter, drawers, bunk, sink. Wow. Okay, we've gone down the stairs down another level here. Navigator stores. Pretty cool. This right here was the little tiny mail room. Wow. Look at where they all slept, the bunks. This is the officers' galley. Pretty good sized kitchen. Look at all the old cans of stuff over there, Del Monte's. Wow. Great displays. Look at this. Mortars. Marine. Junior NCO sleeping quarters. Wow. What a Japanese soldier looked like with their little pill boxes. Iwo Jima. They were evil, there were soldiers doing their duty as well. Wow, this is the engine room. Look at all the pipes, the metal. This is what it took to power one of these big things. Unbelievable. This is what the missile room would be, full of missiles. Then they'd bring them over here, put them in them slots, close it, send it up. To the upper handling rooms. This says communications room. Boy, I bet these guys sweated their butts off when they were in the Pacific Theater. That's how they would go under well and do repairs. This is the mess hall. You got your utensils, you got your trays. Look at that. Cereal, sausage, gravy.
Sit on the table.
Fresh fruit. There's the cooking staff there. Wow. All the men they fed. This is where you sat down and had your meal. Eat and get. There ain't no time to talk. You gotta eat and get out. Commanders of the ship during World War II. Went to 4 of them. Got the flag. Look at this. 1942 to 1947 crewmen. 5 years. Look at the thousands of names that served on this ship. Unbelievable. Thousands of names. And they never lost anybody, which is fascinating. The flag. This is a great room right here. This flag flew on the USS Evans when the Japanese had a massive suicide raid, kamikazes. It says, note the 3 shrapnel holes. Look at this. There, there, and there. And look at it. It's back when we had 48 states, not the 50. There's Mobile over there. We're walking on the outside of the ship right now. Main thing, got to get through this tour. I want to go over there and see that submarine. Dying to see the life inside a sub. This was tight. I don't know how many crew members they had, but it was tight quarters. Next objective, go all the way to the command point. Gotta figure out how to get up there. Look at all the flags and the Japanese planes that they shot down. They got them up there. This is the bridge. Look at that. You imagine looking straight out there and you were piloting this thing. I'm about to get on a submarine. The USS Drum submarine. USS Drum. They took the Bella. Every boat had a bell. Let's find out where we start this tour. There's a machine, probably a 50 cal right there, but I don't know where the periscope is. I was looking for it. Here's the entrance. And just think, this stuff stayed here. So when they would submerge, this stuff would go underwater with it. They had to constantly do maintenance on them. Keep them from rusting up. Fascinating. I'm about to go into a submarine. Look at that forward torpedo room. That's where they load the torpedoes. Wow.
Kitchen.
Little mess hall here. Look at these tight quarters. Oh, wow. I'm 6'5". Ain't no way I could have lived on here.
The size of the bunks, you would be in a little ball.
I guess if you're a higher rank, you got a door.
Got medals.
Look at that. Ship's office. Look at the ship's office. I can barely get through these things. This is the control room. Look at that. Saltwater depth.
Look at the mermaid.
I don't know what this is. That goes down further, but it's locked off. Probably down the engine room.
I think this was the main wheel.
I don't know. Look at the controls. Sea pressure, air aft, horsepower.
Here's the periscope, where you look through this little hole. Over here is the hatch.
Ready? Hey, see that?
Here's the size of that little mess hall in the sub. And that was it. Eat and get. Everybody got to eat. Eat and pass it through there, I guess. You sit down, you eat it real quick, and you go. And yeah, and there's a sink. Men's coming in here to the bathroom. There's a shower or the sink. Toilet. Waiting to turn to get in there. There's, I guess there's a laundry. Cruise shower and washroom. Oh, another hatch I gotta crawl through.
Through the drum's portside propeller to its shaft. As you can see,
There's
it's
engine room here.
longitudinal term. Look at that.
Engine room where some of these guys had to sleep. There was their bunks with torpedoes right here. Sleep with a torpedo right under you. And there was, that looks, yeah, there's the rear torpedo shafts. Pop them open, there's the little rollers. Slide them in, close the hatch.
Look, this thing here is the nut
For a prop.
that secured the prop. And if you look closely to it, it was misstamped, and they put DURM, D-U-R-M, instead of drum. Made of solid brass.
Yeah. I'd much rather serve on a battleship than a sub. Man. Length, hang on a sec. I want to see how many crew. 7 officers, 65 enlisted. So there would be 72 people on board this thing. They had to take turns, I guess, off duty in their bunks. Have to slip in and slip out of the bunks, you know. When you're off, you occupy it, and when you're on, someone else does. Up on every wall, they got the flags, every state flag. Look at these planes with their wings. Yeah. Prisoner of war. That's all they were given. I think it's McCain. That's all they had. Slippers, a couple of sheets. Alabama Medal of Honor recipients. Fascinating.
Every one of the Tuskegee Airmen would tell you history is of no value if we can't learn.
This is a fascinating place. That right there is a plane from the Tuskegee Airmen, known as the Red Tails. That's history right there. That's just America. I guess that was Chopper 1 or... Got massive B-52 bomber. Massive. 43,000 pound cargo, and it would weigh 450,000 pounds at takeoff. Just shows you how the size of that battleship, man. Alrighty. Tomcat. Yeah. That's the big boy right there, the Abrams. That's the big boy. Now this part of the park has a lot of the World War II stuff. Housers, the tanks, the planes, APCs. That helicopter. Boy, that's an ugly thing.